to Health, Wellness, Lifestyle TV. I'm your host, Tammy McNabb. Today we have an amazing Circle Farm tour all over Langley, and we're ending with you. Enjoy the show. I am with Marianne from Milner Valley Cheese, and you are on probably the most beautiful 50 acres, dead center in the middle of Langley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, I know you don't want to do this, and they don't want to do it either, so we're so happy to have you here. But tell us a bit about the history of this farm. It's a lot of history.
Yes, actually it is. It's the Smith family. We're the Smith family, and Smiths have been here for 143 years. So originally it was purchased by my husband's great-great-grandfather, who came here from Ontario, and he bought the property. This was part of the actual Hudson Bay Company.
Oh, okay.
So it's
so real history.
Real history,
yeah.
Real from the Hudson Bay Company.
Yeah.
And he built a house a few years later, but then in 1910 built what is presently the house.
Yeah.
And throughout those years, in 5 generations, our sons actually live in the house now. We use part of the house as our shop for the cheese as well.
Right.
So it's, for Langley, that is something to say, because not too many places have been, 5 generations on the same spot.
You know, it was only when I went inside the little shop that you have that I saw the memorabilia on the wall, and I looked and I thought, 1927, like, was that your family? And so congratulations on keeping it in the family. I think that's very unusual these days.
Very unusual these days.
Now, you primarily at this point have how many acres of corn?
Well, we have, the Smith family owns 50 acres here, and it's a little bit of a mixed farming, so we actually share crop a bit with another dairy farmer here. So it is cow corn, which will be used for cow corn, but we rotate, we have grass, so we're going to be, hopefully if the sun shines, doing some hay. And we make use of it for the farm.
Now, the big attraction from an agritourism standpoint is your beautiful goats. We have some amazing shots of them. Tell us about the goats.
Well, we actually have we're 90 minus 1 in milking. Yeah. And the rest are teenagers and babies, and they're a breed of white Sannons, which is your Swiss goat, which produce the most milk. Okay. And your Nubians and Alpines, which are the brown ones, and they give you more of the butter fat that you want for making cheese.
And they make ice cream too, which was fantastic. I tried that.
We do a gelato with the goat milk from May to October, and about 5 flavors usually.
And you're open to the public?
We're open to the public every day except for Sundays and Mondays from 10 to 5:30. So people are welcome.
A break once in a while, right?
Yeah, and people are welcome, and they can come actually around 5. We milk at 5 and 5 every day. So far, we haven't had anyone show up at 5 in the morning, but you're welcome to come at 5 at night, and they can watch the process and such if they like to as well.
It is the most beautiful property I've seen in a very long time. Congratulations, and thanks for being on the show. You did great.
Thank you.
Thanks. So I'm with Kathy, and your farm is Lorca Farm. Thanks for being on the show. I'm excited to be here. You are really rustic. Like there's no the animals are happy, and there's lots of movement.
Yeah.
Why this? What made you do this?
Well, that's a good question. It was super important to us to have the animals free ranging and pasture ranged. We knew that once we knew we wanted a farm, we knew we wanted to do it sustainably. And so really having the animals out on pasture is part of our sustainability plan. They help till the fields, they fertilise as they go, so they bring so much resource to the farm as well.
Now you're part of the Langley agro-tourism. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, so we joined the Circle Farm tour this year, and it's been a real great thing for us. It's brought many, many people to the farm, and that's really...
All the city folk who just have never been on the farm before are coming here.
Yeah, and it's been great for us to open our gates up to people and have that constant narrative about food security, where their food is coming from, the environmental impact of growing food, and really use this farm as a destination, but also a learning resource as well.
But why is it important for you to have the viewers and the visitors that come here learn more about what you're doing?
Well, we recognise that people only care about the farms if they're enjoying the farm, so that's one of the reasons we try to get them on here. In terms of why that's important to us, we really want people to have an ongoing discourse about ethical food. We have certain views about how food should be raised and how food should be produced, and so to bring people along in this kind of values-led business has been super important to us. It's been great to have the transparency. I think that's been our best marketing tool. People aren't used to being able to walk onto farms and touch the animals and pick the kale. So yeah, it's been great.
Now you have gone above and beyond just this being a farm with some animals. You have parties here and events and educational seminars. Tell us a bit about that.
Absolutely. So we started last year having a few events, and it could be anything from a free community art day to a high-end long table dinner. We're going to do more of that next year in terms to fund maybe some non-profit work that we're doing. But yeah, it's still just about the education piece, about getting people to enjoy farms, promote agritourism, keep their money in the local economy, promote local chefs that are doing great work, and nurture local artists as well.
Well, we love what you're doing. Thanks for having us here.
Thank you so much.
First of all, I love this piece. Not only the color, it stands out, it's a great pop of color. It's not only comfy, but it's soft, it's wearable. What's different about them that I love more than other local companies or brands for workout gear is that you don't really feel like you're working out and sweating a ton because of the amazing technology behind the great workout gear.
Yeah, I wore the white Firma to teach an indoor cycling class, and my students loved it. It felt good to teach in. And then I went and taught a hot yoga class, actually 2 back-to-back classes, and I wore my compression top for that with the sleeveless, and it felt really good. And then I got invited to dinner, and it was a really fancy restaurant. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wear my Firma for that too, and it actually was really cool.
Hey Canada, let's jump up and go go. That's right, go go. Jump Up and Go Go is a Canadian company founded by 3 women. We know what it means to be on the go, and together we've formulated a line of shake products for busy Canadians. Our shake mixes use only organic, premium raw superfoods. We have smaller bags because we have 0 fillers. Our products are so pure, we've even made a line for children. So if you have that fussy eater, we recommend a tablespoon of our blend into a banana or berry smoothie, and you can be sure that your family is ready to go for the rest of the day. Shop online or visit us at www.jumpupandgogo.com.
So I'm with Rachel from the Fraser Valley Cider Company, and what a day we're having visiting you. Congratulations on the launch of your cider company, brand new.
Yes, thank you. We've been going 3 months now.
Are you excited?
Really excited, really exhausted. Just holding on. It's been a roller coaster ride, but it's been a great experience.
Let's talk back to how this crazy roller coaster dream of yours started. How did you get into cider?
Do you know,
Not that I wouldn't do that, because it sure is fantastic.
I've always done my own home brew, with somewhat disastrous results sometimes, but I've always made my own beer and wine and cider. And after a 20-year career in engineering, I was just looking for something a bit different, and I happened to be milling some apples one day for a batch of cider for home, and I thought, hang on, maybe there's a space for this in the Lower Mainland, and the idea just blossomed from there.
And you have been in Canada for how long? Like you're from the UK?
Yeah, we're from my husband and I, Sean, we're from the UK originally. We came over 18 years ago. We were living in the north at the time and faced with a move down to London. Right. And Sean was already there, and we were on the phone one night, and we were just not looking forward to the rat race that is London living. Right. And we happened to flick open a copy of Yachting World magazine, saw a picture on Desolation Sound and yachting around Desolation Sound, and we said, let's go there instead. So 3 months later, we had the house sold, the dog in a box, and we were on a flight to Canada.
Wow. And you know what, I think that when you make those decisions, it can be the healthiest, happiest decisions that you could ever make.
Yeah, and they're big decisions, but we always have this saying that we make the decision and then we make it work.
And so then you were here and you decided, hey, I can make this at home, so I can make it now for the entire Canadian continent.
Yeah, well,
Like
not quite the Canadian continent.
Almost?
We're starting small.
Okay, so how small are you?
So we're 8,000 litres this year, and we had no idea whether that was enough or too much.
Sure.
So we think it's going to last us until mid-October. So we're going to go bigger next year.
Now you, in turn, have your own apples, and tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so we have a 4-acre apple orchard planted. Part of it was planted last year, the first 300 trees, and then we've got 1,200 in the ground this year.
Wow.
And so we have 27 different varieties of heritage English and French cider apples, and we also have 50 peri pear trees out there as well. And we really don't know what's going to grow well for us in this climate and what's going to make great cider.
Sure.
So 27 varieties, we'll give it all a try, and then we'll plant more of what we really enjoy using.
Talk a bit about how you grow your apples and what's important to you as far as ethically growing and harvesting and organic and not organic. What are your thoughts along that line?
Well, we're not organic certified, but we do use holistic practices in our apple growing, and basically
Explain that a bit.
So what we do is we don't use pesticides, we don't use fertilizers. We try and build the health of the tree from within, and then that enables the tree to resist all the diseases we have in this area. And we're also fortunate. Traditionally, it's not believed that you can grow apples on the West Coast because
it's not.
Yeah, we have a lot of fungal diseases here, right, due to our wet weather. But when you're doing apples for cider, it doesn't really matter. If you want pretty apples for the supermarket, then those things are an issue. But the first thing we're going to do with our apples is throw them in a mill and crush them up anyway.
Right.
So if they look a bit ugly, we really don't care.
Right.
So we build the health of our tree, we give it good soil. We use great rootstocks to give it a head start, and then we use things like foliar nutrient sprays. So 4 times a year we'll spray our trees with a mixture of liquid kelp, hydrolyzed fish oil.
But is it harder though? I mean, I hear from other farmers that we need to do certain things that maybe aren't organic or aren't as good for you, but we have to do it.
You know what? I think you don't have to do it. There is always a price for every decision, right?
Sure.
And I would never say absolutely I wouldn't use a chemical on the plant, but I would save it for when I really needed it. And right now we haven't needed it. And I do believe that by building the health of the soil and using holistic orchard practices, then we keep our trees healthy. And you know, maybe sometimes we lose a tree to disease. That's just farming.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, whatever Rachel and her husband are doing, you're doing it right. That's for sure.
Thank you.
It's a great venue, and I think that, you know, in a few years' time, as this property matures, it's going to be such an amazing destination.
Yes.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I highly recommend her cider. It's good cider.
Thanks.
I have to maybe slow down a bit because I can't film so well when I'm drinking your cider. It's truly awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rachel.
For centuries, Japanese Zen Buddhist monks consumed matcha green tea to remain alert yet calm during long hours of meditation. Over the last 1,000 years, this dark green powdered tea has been an important part in Japanese culture. The Japanese found that by growing the tea in the shade during the last part of the cultivating process, the leaves would become rich in chlorophyll. 1 cup of matcha green tea has as many antioxidants as 10 cups of regular green tea and has 60 times the antioxidants of spinach. Our company, Matcha has searched the world over to create a booster drink mix that includes hemp, maca, turmeric, spirulina, and our matcha green tea. Our calming blend has 65 micronutrients and acts as an antioxidant, including EGCG. It boosts energy and your immune system, increases fat burning, provides essential amino acids, detoxifies, and combats inflammation. Go to our website for recipes on shakes and snacks using Matcha, along with daily diet menus to help you lose and maintain weight loss.
It's recommended that we have omega-3s in our diets each day, but because our body doesn't produce it, we would add it in through a food source like Alligga Flaxseed oil. Made from non-GMO Canadian flax seeds, it can be used in all your baking and cooking. Alligga Flaxseed oil can add essential fatty acids to your daily diet, and it's terrific for vegan and vegetarian diets. Omega-3s may have health benefits and support the development of brain, eyes, and nerve function. For all my Alligga Flaxseed oil recipes, visit us at alligga.com.
So as part of our outdoor eating, I have my favorite chef, Chef Alanna, and you've been given a ton of produce to cook with, so what are you gonna make today?
We're gonna do a local lamb chop with wasps.
Lamb chop with wasps. The wasps here are insane, but I'm trying to be calm, even though they're everywhere. So you're putting in
A little bit of the Alligga flax oil.
Okay.
Just a coat, a bit of salt and pepper.
Now you like to have your proteins very simple.
Very simple. I like to be able to taste the protein.
Yeah.
So,
I think we overdo it with all the different herbs and spices.
well, marinades are nice, but I tend to like, especially barbecuing.
I'm gonna do this part. Can I do that? And you
Yes.
continue on with this?
There you
So
go.
what are you putting next with that?
So we're gonna serve that with a white kidney bean salad. It's gonna go with an apple cider rosemary vinaigrette.
Yes.
And so I am gonna start the vinaigrette here with a bit of rosemary that I've chopped up. Just nice, fresh rosemary.
This smells, you know, it's funny, I can already smell just that smoky smell on the grill is amazing.
We're gonna add some apple cider to this.
Woo! Supposed to do that?
Supposed
Did
to
I do it
that.
right?
You're
How come
doing it right.
How come it smokes when I do it?
There
Maybe
you
I'll
go,
do
it's
that.
hot. There we go. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. That's gonna cook pretty quickly, especially
What?
with the grill down.
What did you say? What? I'm gonna leave the grill up here.
And then we're gonna add grainy Dijon, salt, pepper, cider.
Could you use regular Dijon if you
You
wanted?
could use regular Dijon. I like the grainy, it does have a bit more acidity to it.
Okay.
And that's where we're gonna use a lemon as well.
Now you have the cider, it's alcohol cider
Alcohol cider
from the Fraser Valley Cider,
from the Fraser Valley Cider
which I
Company.
think is just so awesome that we're getting local everything in this
Local
particular
everything, the produce, the herbs, everything.
dish. Doesn't get any more Canadian than that,
Or BC.
right? Right in our own backyard.
Perfect. So once the lemon juice goes in, I am going to whisk everything together with a bit of the garlic. Sorry.
Yes.
There's garlic. Not a good salad without.
Now, Alanna, you've been cooking with Alligga for a long time. Can you give us some of the reasons why you like this product so much?
Great product to use, especially for summer barbecuing. High
I
smoke
get
point.
nervous though using oil on a grill with the smoking and the burning.
You don't want to burn the oil because then you're ruining its nutrition before consuming it. So that's
Right.
why I like the Alligga flax oil. It does have a high smoke point to it. It's got a natural nutty flavor that doesn't overpower the flavor of the dish that you're making.
Right.
And it's nice and healthy for you. I mean,
Look at
I'm
that.
trying to stay calm.
She's so calm. Me, if a wasp comes near me, I punched myself in the face earlier today trying to get the wasp out of my hair. It's quite awesome. Like that
So,
was.
Sorry, back to the omega-3s in the oil. Healthy for us, reduction of inflammation, great healthy skin and hair.
I think people are really looking at ways of incorporating ingredients that are medicinal on levels, but taste great, right?
Tastes great, and that's where something like a cooking oil that's healthy for you. You're using cooking oils anyways.
Sure.
All right. Perfect. So we've got the vinaigrette made. What we're going to add to that? White kidney beans.
Beautiful. Those are cooked.
Cooked. Yes.
Are they canned?
I bought
They're-
canned ones this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it does cut down on cooking time.
Okay.
But if you have dried, soak them overnight and just simmer them.
I would just get canned. That would just be me. As long as they're still good for you.
Still good for you.
Okay.
Celery, red
Finely
onion,
chopped red
finely
onion, okay.
chopped. Beautiful little gem tomatoes.
Those are gorgeous. And you know what? You have all kinds of tomatoes that were given to you by a local farmer down the road. Like, show us the zebra one.
Oh, the green zebra, my favorite one.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning.
Look how pretty that is.
And the purple one, it's almost black. It's so dark. The other one
the
down
other
there.
one, the little one.
Yeah,
down here. Yeah, that one is.
it's totally gorgeous.
That almost looks like a purple tomatillo, but without the husk.
It's gorgeous. Good. So
we
you're going
go.
to stir that up. I'm going to grab
Stir that
a
up.
plate for you.
That's right. We're going to add grilled zucchini
Because I
as the last
I
thing.
didn't grab you a plate as usual. I'm just going to put this here to plate this. I'm going
Perfect.
to grab your, sorry, hon,
That's okay.
your protein.
We're mixing the salad together. It's
you
ready
have the
to
tongs?
serve. I do have the tongs. I don't, so I'll grab that off.
What do you
for
mean? You can't do it that way. I can't do it that way. What are you talking about? So you're going to plate those puppies.
off.
I think you need chef
grill.
fingers made of Teflon.
We're gonna add a bit of this lovely pesto that I made, which is a lemon herb pesto with flax seeds and our flax oil.
Okay. That's called a schmear, right?
That's called a schmear, technical term.
I'm so chefy. And then your beans.
A bit of salad.
What a beautiful outdoor meal.
There you go.
And also good for you.
barbecue.
Let me get that for you.
Thank you very much.
She's not used to wearing a dress on TV. You're used to wearing your big old
warm
chef
out
jacket,
today.
I know. If you want more information on Alligga and all of Alanna's amazing recipes, go online to their recipe or ours. Thanks, Alanna.
You're welcome.
Thousand years of human evolution, and we're still hypnotized by meat cooked over a wood fire. It's like barbecue voodoo. That smoke ignites something deep in our DNA. But there's a new way to play with fire. This is how to feed the need for that taste we all crave and take it to the next level. It's called a Traeger, and it's the best all-in-one outdoor cooking tool ever created. Grill, smoke, bake, roast, braise, and barbecue like a boss. If you can turn a knob, you've got what it takes to master an entire meal over the same flame. Ask a barbecue guru. Nothing beats hardwood for flavor.
Jules Under the Kilt, a Canadian family-owned and operated nut farm where we produce delicious gourmet roasted nuts with only local fresh ingredients. As a Canadian farming family, we are so proud to produce a line of handmade artisan roasted nut products. From our gourmet flavored nuts to our delicious nut butters and small batch granolas, all of our products are made from our family to yours. You're supporting a local Ontario nut and fruit farming family, and we thank you for it.
So I'm with Brian, you're the general manager here at Chaberton. Thanks for having us here today. You and I went on a tour. This is a big property.
Yeah, we're on 55 acres here. 50 acres of it is under cultivation, and 5 acres, of course, makes up the operations, the buildings, and our tasting room.
Now, you and I went through, and I had said, do you have any practices as far as how you produce your grapes differently? And you had said what?
Well, we have a couple of different practices. We have a French viticulturist. He's our vineyard manager. He's also a winemaker, per se. He does a lot of unique things. Horse manures. We're in horse country here. A lot of very expensive thoroughbred horses. He uses that.
Expensive. Like you had showed me, like these horses eat better than we do.
Yes,
right?
They do. They're worth more than my house,
yes.
Each one of them.
So it's expensive manure.
Yes. He blends that with a lot of the prunings and stuff off our property, uses that as manure. On occasion, we do have to spray. I mean, it's a cool climate grape. It does get a little moisture, but for the most part, we don't have to irrigate at all. There's enough water here. Even though this particular microclimate, we get 60% less rain than Vancouver does.
Wow.
Just being out here, so.
So, I'm thinking of last summer, the weather was incredibly dry. How did you survive that?
Well, we managed to capture and reuse a lot of the water anyway. But again, irrigation was not necessary because of the high surface water table and everything that we have here. So that's a little bit of an advantage being here in the Fraser Valley.
For sure. Tell me a little bit about the owners or the founding owners as well.
Well, the original owners, Claude and Iggy Violet, bought the property in 1981. Claude was from 9 generations of winemaking.
Which is amazing.
His family goes back to making beverages for Napoleon.
Right, wow.
They came here, scouted, looked for the property, purchased it in 1981. Opened the winery in 1991. So we've got original vines that are over 35 years old that are still producing well for us. Yeah,
beautiful ones.
And that's our signature wine, Bacchus, which is probably what's made us reasonably famous anyway.
So Brian, thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you so much for showing us that such amazing wineries exist here in Langley.
Our absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming.
So I'm here at Bacchus Bistro with Chef Ashley. I love that name, by the way.
Thank you.
You and I were talking about shopping and growing and sourcing local. Tell us a bit about Bacchus Restaurant and what's important to you. You've been here for 11 years, or 12 years?
12.
Yeah,
12
okay.
now. Yeah. I try to support as many local farmers as I can when in season. Right now it's summertime, so it's a great time to be in the Fraser Valley.
Sure.
Langley has a number of good suppliers happening.
Well, you had said too, I mean, it makes sense. If you can't buy lemons here, then you just can't buy lemons here. So when you can, you buy local.
Yeah, I can't do 100% local, but when possible, when in season, why not?
Yeah.
The product is so much fresher, so much tastier, and more nutritious.
What about your proteins? Are they local as well when possible?
To an extent, when possible. My chicken comes locally from here in Langley. My pork, I get most of it through Chilliwack.
Yeah.
And same thing with my duck as well. So.
What do you think consumers that are coming to the restaurant are looking for? Are you following a certain trend based on what it's popular, or what do you do?
We're not a very trendy restaurant. I try to just focus on good quality food, focus on what I can produce from the products that we produce here in Langley, and how does the food relate to the wine, how does the wine relate to the food.
Well, I am looking forward to dinner. Everyone that knows me knows how much I'm a foodie, so I'm looking forward to the opportunity. Thanks, Chef.
Thank you.
That's it. What an amazing day we had. Thank you so much to Langley Tourism for making today possible. Circle Tours was amazing. Go online to get more information about their tours, and certainly any recipes are online. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.